about that. So welcome to the Node.js N-API Team meeting for the 20th of January 2020. We'll follow our standard agenda, which is to look at what's tagged for the milestone, as well as starting out to see if anybody has any announcements that they'd like to share. Okay, if there's no announcements, I'm going to go and open the issue and then share it. Choose milestones. Share. Okay, so the first issue tagged is, do we need some additional async worker variants? Let me just see, I know, Gendikas, you've been working on that, right?
Yes, yeah, I'm working on it, and I find some issue on the relative functions, so I have submitted the issue. We can discuss later, and I can now work on it with a raw API course, but I think it's better to wait on the relative function issue to be resolved.
Okay, which issue is that? Just
It's 653.
okay, this one.
So the relative function callback, we now totally ignored the context parameters. So we currently have to wrap the data around with the context parameter. So it's just not necessary. So I submitted the issue.
Right, so okay, so this is just I guess, as a reference. So what was your suggestion?
So if we like to say pass the context to the state purpose callback, we have to change the NAPI, the save function, and the callback signature.
But that
would be
seems to me like it would be a breaking change, right?
Yeah. So that's what I mean.
So I don't think we can do that.
So that's the issue. I haven't come up with other.
Okay, so
other. Yeah.
Okay, so basically we should continue the discussion in the issue. But yeah, I don't think we're at the point where thread safe functions are not experimental, so I don't think we can do anything that will break that API. So it's kind of how easy, what could we do, I guess, is coming up with some good alternatives.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry,
yeah.
Can I ask? Okay, so the problem is in the let's say function in the core or in the wrapper.
I think the issue is on the T++ callback signature. So it's on the time of the callback.
Okay.
Right. So this looks like that looks like a see an
think
API.
about this, and yeah, I will answer on the issue.
Okay, sounds good. So I'll continue to do that. So that's the progress on that one. SQL N-API port. Jim couldn't make it this week, but he did mention that he will be looking at that again. So he is going to start looking at it. Let me get his exactly what he said there. So it's Jim said, I've reopened the work on Node SQL III add-on. We'll have more to report at the January 27th meeting. So those are the things other than burning down the list of issues by the module owners. So are there particular issues that people think we should talk about this week? In terms of the issues in the repos? Oops. Actually, this is the one I should be looking at. I haven't looked at any that I think we should talk about. Anybody else have ones I should think we should talk about?
In these days, I answered to some question about how to use JSON to in the native code.
Okay, which issue is that?
I started. I don't remember the issue because it was a closed issue, and a guy just okay, I will I'm finding it. Just give me a time. Okay. N-API.
Is it 66?
It's the 410.
Okay, in Node add-on API.
Yeah, on the Node API, yes.
Okay, 410.
So we are receiving requests on using JSON Stringify and JSON parse. So I don't know. What do you think if we add two new functions on the core of an API to allow this kind of operation natively? So I have a code that I did in the weekend. It's just a starting point. A second.
I guess the question would be why, like, is it something that really should be in the library, you know, based on what we've talked about before, or is it like, you know, good as an example, or?
Uh, oh, if we add on the core, no, two functions. One function that take a JSON string and return a JavaScript object, and another function that take JavaScript object and return a JSON string. So it's possible, and we can use V8 JSON parse and V8 JSON Stringify to do this. And if we think at other JavaScript engine, we have the same API. So I don't know if we won't add this new function to directly to the core of an API.
Yeah, I'm not, like, I guess I wonder if you can, it's not wrapping the core API like the C API. So from that perspective, it's not something that we said we would normally do, right? Unless it's like, is it in NaN or something like that?
No, this is not
Right.
but okay, I post what I posted in the chat what I did uh, just to experiment. And this is okay. This is the signature, and I won't pass the link to the implementation. Give me a moment. Okay. So okay, it's in the chat. So yeah, the line the 3063. Yeah, I tried just to implement this one. I have some problem, but essentially this is the concept. We have the same API for different JavaScript engine, and but it's a proposal, and we can make, but I don't know what is your thinking.
Yeah, I guess I'm thinking I'd only want to add things like this if it's going to be used a lot, right? Like, just it's sort of the maintenance side of things. If you can do it on the other side, it seems like pretty straightforwardly. And unless it's something, you know, we don't want to put all of every single API that's available in in JavaScript into the native side, right?
Yeah, okay.
So I could see, like, your example, we could add to the examples repository. That might be more what I would think would be useful, right?
Yeah, okay. I can post what my example on add-on examples, and for now it's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any other issues people want to bring up or discuss? Sorry, go ahead.
Jim opened Jim opened issue on a visible node, about the workshop tutorial stuff, and yeah, I saw that there are some discussion about this.
This one, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So Vincent here proposed to push on the Node.js website, and we can just use the markdown file, and we don't need to implement anything by ourselves. So it's for me it's a good idea, and uh, and yeah, because the Node.js website is a classical website. It's not a single page application, and it's good for it's to guarantee the discoverability of the documentation. Instead, if you use tools like Doxify or what we are using today, it's too hard to to make the our content discoverable by search engine like Google, and so I my idea is to deliver all documentation or on the Node.js website, or like a static website.
Yeah, I think using the Node web, like if we're going to have a static website, it's probably good to leverage the Node one, like either in the core docs or in the website. I think those are two good places, as long as it sort of fits what we want to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so I guess we can continue pushing down that. There is an effort to redesign the website as well, so we might want to understand a little bit about what's going on that front, just to see how it would affect it as well.
Okay. So we need is there a specific working group, or it's a ComCom?
I think under ComCom, so like just ComCom. Just seeing. So basically, you can see here, like I would talk to Adam or Manil, I think, just to
Okay.
see if we can understand what's going on in that front.
Yeah, so we can help on deliver our content, and yeah, it will become too easy, and many people can help us to fix our errors. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think if it's like I haven't been tracking the website redesign too much, but my thought would be like if we can put it into Markdown and it goes into the existing website and that can easily be reused in the new website, then that's probably the way to go. So we don't, aren't tied to the new one being released or not.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's it's the right way for me.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
to go forward. Yeah.
Makes sense. Any other issues that we should bring up, discuss? I'm just looking. I did get some updates that I can share here too from the people who couldn't make it. Let me just find that again. Where's that? API. Sorry, I'm searching for email since it's not showing up easily for some reason.
The last email is from Kevin.
Right. Okay.
And yeah.
Right. So Jim, I think we already covered. He's created that issue and is starting SQL 8. Gabriel, right, is not going to make it. And then, right, Kevin opened. So PR 652. What was right? So 652 is an issue. Testing, adding some tests. So that's good. We should take a look at that. 639 was another one that he was going to look at, which he hasn't had a chance to look at yet. And I guess he was asking about, he mentioned the issue that Cast opened earlier, which I think we already talked. Basic comments still need to figure out what approach to take. And then the talk was about deprecating property descriptors.
Yeah, if so, when we will release the new version, that will be a major version. So it's a discussion that we did, but yeah, we can continue to consider if deprecate all our API about property descriptor, or maybe continue to
yeah, I mean, I think it hasn't been that long since the last Sember major, so even though it's been a cycle, I'm not sure it's been significantly, you know, it's will only have been 3 months or something, 3 or 4 months since the last major.
The last major is happen in the end of November. So yeah, we have two months.
Yeah,
2 months.
so I don't really think the fact that there's been a cycle, it's not really long enough in my mind. So.
Yeah. But all depends when we want
Sure.
to deliver the new version. So
Yeah.
for now we have some works to
Yep.
to do, and we can decide when we are ready.
Yep, makes sense
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah. Okay. I want. Okay.
Okay, was there anything else we wanted to talk about?
Just a curiosity, something that I found on GitHub. I posted on the chat. It's an implementation of an API, but so it does not expose the API like C API, but like C++.
Okay.
But yeah, it's good to see other developers that take the same approach to this problem. And yeah, it's very similar to an API. But for example, they accept the string in input, and we use the C string, for example. Yeah, there are some differences, and because this is a framework, that allow you to create mobile application, and for Android they use V8, and for iOS they use JavaScript core, and they
Okay.
implemented the part of an API that they needed. So
Okay.
yeah, it's
That's
just
good.
a thing that I found in GitHub.
Okay. No, it's good to see other people reusing some of the work we've done. So.
Yeah, yeah.
So while we mentioned this, another implementation of an API, the API test case, the API test case repo we created months ago,
Yep.
that come up to me. So we haven't pushed that project forward since then. So maybe we could take the chance to push the test repo forward.
Right. Yeah, that's still a good idea to sort of break out so you could run the test separately from the implementation, right?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we can make this API behavior uh, same across the different implementations.
Yeah. Yeah. If we have time, people have time to do that. That's definitely a good thing.
And about that, I want to say that um, that we need, okay. Uh, we already have the test separated between the JavaScript API and the API that is runtime specific, no?
Yep. Yeah, I think it was around breaking them
Uh,
apart.
it's good.
Yeah, I think it was about like not separating them that way. It was more separating them so you could build them more easily, I think.
Yeah. And for example, now I ended working to low level wrapper for Go, no?
Right.
And I just copied the all the tests that are in Node,
Yep.
and used it, but I created the native part using Go and no C. So these could be another use cases. Uh,
Sure.
so we need to separate the runner that start the JavaScript task from the native
Yeah.
building. And even if other developers implement Rust wrapper or I don't know, some programming language wrapper could use the same logic for the JavaScript, and
Right.
implement the native part in their in the programming language of their choice.
Right.
So yeah, uh, it's an idea. I
Yep.
don't know if
Yeah, it certainly makes sense. It's just how much time and effort it would take and potentially
uh,
impact complexities.
I don't know for now, but I won't finish all the tests on my wrapper, and maybe when I will finish, I can do this. So,
Okay.
but for now we can just push all the tests on this repo, and I invite everyone to use it if they implement an API in other runtime.
Right. Okay. Any other things to talk about this week? If not, thanks for everybody who made it this time, and for those who are watching, we'll see you all next week. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.